So I've never been a typical CEO. I've certainly never conformed to the norm. My style of leadership is definitely one that is transformational and human. I am emotionally led with my teams. I'm incredibly engaged, and most importantly, I have brutal honesty. I'm always thinking about positive disruption, innovation, and leading with empathy. Now you're probably wondering, that's great, but where's the financial part? Where's the win? Well, actually, for me, that is an outcome, and that's definitely not a driver. And I've evidenced that in my track record over the year. Because I lead the certain style that I do, which is not the norm, I've managed to increase profits double and triple digits between 18 to 24 months. And a lot of people ask me how. And that's the answer, because I am leading an organization where the profits are the outcome of my actions and not my main focus. So in this climate, we're going to be thinking differently. You have to adopt the new. You have to think innovation. You have to think positive disruption. You have to listen a lot more, because now it's about listening. It's no longer a push model. It's not about sitting in your room, sitting in your office, and just looking at a P&L and just looking at your costs and looking at the numbers. Today is a new world, and today is very much about listening, emotionally engaging, having empathy, and like I said, positively disrupting. Now, having said that, for me, this has always been my leadership style. It's always been the way that I've led organizations, groups that I've assisted and I've helped and I've coached and mentored. I've never changed. But like I said, that has not been the norm. And today in this new world, this has to be the norm. And that is a huge reason why I'm launching the masterclasses, because I'm trying to share with you, how do I do that? How do I turn around? How do I make a difference? How do I create this change? How do I make impact? And how am I achieving these double and triple, digit profits through an unusual leadership approach, which very quickly I'm sharing with you has to become part and parcel of the norm, the future norm. I'm really excited to share with you the videos and the masterclasses that I'm going to be doing, and they're going to be covering basically 10 subjects, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, and you're going to have over 100 videos and 100 mini subjects that sort of break down the main topics. So the first one that I'm going to be launching is, of course, Shop Floor to CEO, and that's going to be sort of a summary of my 28-year journey and how I, like I said earlier, went through my career and the different phases of my career, both the creative and the commercial, and how I landed into the CEO role, of course. The second one is going to be on business, so it talks about vision, values, leadership, strategy, different business models, and how do you succeed in a business. Then the third one is going to be fashion. So we're going to talk about everything to do with the fashion industry, creating successful collections, range building, distribution, seasonality, all of those elements, and how do you become a successful fashion brand, and talking about great examples from the industry that have achieved and how we can learn from it. And then we're going to be looking at brands specifically. So what makes a brand? What is the difference? What is the USP in a brand? How do you market a brand? What are digital strategies? Because today we're led by, social media, digital media. And so how are brands, in the past, how brands were created, and today, what that looks like in a different model. And then we're going to look at leadership. So leadership styles, leadership, including innovation, how to drive teams, how to create winning teams, and how to align businesses and organizations and individuals. Even if you have one person in your business, how do you align them from a leadership style, and what makes a leader? Then we're going to be looking at vision and strategy. So how do you actually, come up with a vision? How do you translate and implement and deliver a vision? How do you then break it down to the different strategies, the goals, the deliverables, and most importantly, how do you align, a business or a mindset? How do you change that to ultimately deliver a vision? Because without the change in mindset and that alignment, vision is going to be very difficult to implement. Then we're going to talk to you another subject on innovation and creativity, because like I said, that's very much to do with how I have, succeeded in businesses is always, and everybody talks about, innovation and creativity, but what an innovation strategy is and how that's very different to a business strategy, and how both of them can work together simultaneously to create an effective strategy. And certainly, like I said before, today, now, and the future is very much about the combination of business and innovation coming together. Then we're going to be talking about, obviously I'm known and I'm an expert for turnaround, restructuring, change management, and how do you create, or how do you deliver actually a successful turnaround? It's obviously very complicated and has many different parts. So turnaround is something that I have, been involved in for so many years now. And I think as we go into this new, like I said, this new era, a lot of businesses are going to be considering, how am I going to restructure? What's the best way to restructure? And how do I turn around, not just from the financials, but from every vertical? How am I going to change and bring that change? And then, of course, we're going to look at empowerment, because, if anybody knows me, or, I've crossed paths with anybody in the past, they'll know that I am all about empowerment. I'm about ownership and leading through autonomy and ownership, and empowering women, empowering men, all those around me, because when you sort of let go and empower and give that sort of confidence to others, then you're definitely going to be in a win-win situation. And I talk about it from different perspectives, as a female leader, as an empowerment ambassador, and then generally how I feel towards empowerment. And then we're going to end it. I say end it because this will continue in a number of masterclasses, hopefully over many months. But my last subject out of the 10 is going to be on coaching and mentoring. And that's something for me that is really, I'm very passionate about. That links again back to my sort of leaving a legacy and that social impact and knowledge transfer. So let's say for the last sort of 15 years, I've done a lot for coaching and mentoring. I'm very passionate about, leaving my knowledge with others and sort of guiding them. And it's really important because throughout my career, as I go through these different subjects, I'm going to be definitely talking to you about the people that have inspired me, the people that have coached me, directly or indirectly, and the mentors that I have, and how I've sort of, used also, because it's a very important part of growing, as an individual, whether it's yourself personally or in a business, coaching and mentoring, and what it means to deliver coaching and mentoring, and what it means to be, receiving the coaching and mentoring. And so that for me is sort of the summation of the different subjects. And like I said, it's 10 key subjects that we're talking about. And within that, we have sort of the mini subjects that I'm going to break up, and that will be around 100 videos. So a lot of content. So I really hope that you're going to join me on my masterclass. And really, it's an evolution. And it's, both of us together are going to be really sort of sharing. And I hope to be able to open the masterclasses to sort of to a live chat with you, where I'm going to be answering questions and really engaging with you, because like I said earlier, my whole concept of delivering a masterclass is very much about sort of, not pushing just my knowledge out, but really sharing with you in a very open manner how I achieved what I did, and hopefully inspiring you and motivating you and leaving you empowered to achieve, your goals and your objectives and your ambitions. So I really hope that you join me on my shop floor to CEO Masterclass, and I hope to